tonight. Overall thoughts, what did you think about the way your team played?
Well, this is a kind of unusual game for us in the sense that, we play man-to-man most all the time. That's what we work on most of the time, and quickly figured out tonight was not a good, we couldn't guard them tonight man-to-man, so we played zone the whole time, and in zone, if you want to judge the zone, they shot 34%, and those numbers are fantastic, but for me, I can't feel great about it because, it's not what we're, you've got to be able to guard. And I will say, we played them a couple of years ago. We had a great team before Shake and Everett and Chere got hurt. We had just beaten Arizona. We beat USC. We're winning those games. We played New Orleans and had a similar game to this. I mean, it was, and I said after, I don't want to schedule them again because they're very difficult to play. And I give him an awful lot of credit. Both ends of the floor, they're very difficult to play against. Having said that, you still need to be able to guard whatever they throw at you, and we didn't. So from a defensive standpoint, I feel great about the numbers, but I just can't really feel great, period, because I did not feel we would have done one half that good had we been in man-to-man most of the time. On the other hand, offensively, I thought it was great. Last year, they were sixth in America in forcing turnovers. That's what they're all about. They get up in the lanes. They try to disrupt everything you want to do, which they take you out of most things. They kind of force you to either spread the floor or throw it inside. We spread the floor a lot and only turned it over 10 times. So I love that. Offensive numbers were good. Just to me, we just a second game in a row missed a lot of open threes. I think we have a good shooting team, but it doesn't look like that yet. But we have a bunch of guys that I have a lot of confidence when they shoot the ball. I thought we missed and took a lot of good threes. How many we missed? 17. We missed. I'll bet at least 13 of those were really good shots. At least 13 of them that were missed were great shots. So I think that's going to even out because I think we've got good shooters. So a lot of good things. Franz, 13 rebounds, fantastic. Tyson was great. CJ, 5 assists, 1 turnover, fantastic. I thought Everett played great. I thought Everett was just great. He just played rock solid, and I just felt his presence when he was in there. He really gives us a lot. Sometimes it won't always show up in the stat sheet, but he's doing a lot to help your team win, and I was very proud of him.
With the way that the zone played, do you feel like that, the way that it was pretty good, do you feel like that's something you can go back to, or is it kind of show you something?
You always want to have a change-up or another, that for the course of the year, you always want to have at least one change-up defense, in case it's just one of those nights. And definitely there will be times when we certainly are going to need to play zone, but it's just not what, honestly, I don't want to do it very much. I don't want to need to do it very much. I will say, sometimes you play a team that, let's say a team like New Orleans. They're picked to win their league, got a good chance to win their league, but they're kind of a undersized, interchangeable part-type team, and those are sometimes much trickier to play against, honestly, than a team that you just match up with, that you just straight match up with, and that's part of what makes them hard to play. I also think that their coach does a tremendous job, and they just run the heck out of their offense and take advantage of you and find your weaknesses, and they've got to play for every single one of your weaknesses, and they'll run it right at you, and it's really good, and I really admire that. I'm impressed with it.
Last Tuesday, you spoke about the importance of rebounding, particularly with Ferran, and he comes in, gives you that double-double. You mentioned that you wanted him to be a double-double player.
That's who he's got to be. He's got to be that. That's who he is. Anything short of that, we should feel, and I told him we should be disappointed. And if you don't have a double-double, we should be very disappointed. He had 9 rebounds at halftime. That's amazing. That's amazing. And you should be upset he only had 13. Now we're going to bitch at you for only having 13 rebounds. But what a factor that is. But I'll say this too, and again tonight we're in the zone, and zone is hard to rebound out of. But if you just want to look at straight numbers, it's 2 games in a row where defensive rebounding is not good enough yet. It's not good enough. Just isn't. Our offensive rebounding is pretty good, pretty darn good. Defensive rebounding, not good enough. gotta change fast. You can't afford to be poor on either, especially defensive board. You can't be poor on the defensive board, just can't. And we've got to improve in that.
A little random. Do you see that Evansville beat Kentucky tonight?
I just heard that. They just told me after the game. Wow. So great scheduling, great scheduling. But that'll be one heck of a challenge. It's not our next game though, so we need to make sure we stay focused on that. Charles has been nursing. We kind of were 7.5 tonight because Charles has been nursing a sore back. We need to get him back to full speed to get a full 8 guys, and hope that injury and / waivers, we'll see. We still don't have results on those to see where that's happening. Of course, we have Isaiah JC at semester, so but it's stressful. It's stressful to be out of probation, so where we don't have limited numbers and only have to be suiting up 7.5, 8 guys, and so I'm really looking forward to all the above taking place so we can have our full squad and full depth, and it's going to be very important moving forward.
What are those injuries that you have?
Pardon?
What are the injuries you're dealing with exactly?
Well, it was Darius McBride's been out for a good while with an ankle, but I'm hoping to redshirt Darius, and I don't want to play him in a game and waste a whole year because we're still very, very hopeful for good reason on the waivers. And William has a broken hand, so broken finger, I guess, really, but it's up in the hand. That's healing, and will heal, I think, in a couple weeks, I think. So there's that. And then, of course, Isaiah JC comes eligible semester. So you got the 2 transfers. We're waiting on a transfer that's coming December. Williams out. Darius McBride, I would like to redshirt, but not positive that we can for the whole year, depending on how it comes out possibly with waivers. So we'll see on that. But gosh, you got to line up with 10 guys. We've been lining up with 7 and 8 here for 3 years, and it's it takes a toll on the stress level. I tell you that. So we need to get our full squad and be at full strength like everybody else. So hopefully that's going to happen.
What about Jamar Young?
We're going to redshirt him. Yes. Richard.
As you've waited for the waiver news, pro or con, whatever the case may be, what's it been like knowing that you've got guys like Tyson who can run the point, Emmanuel who can run the point, CJ had 5 assists today? What's it been like knowing that you can rely on those guys?
Well, very thankful for that, and I do have confidence in them. We're not as we're a long way from being as tight offensively and organized. We're a long way from where we would be had we known who's going to be our team. We're kind of jerry-rigging it every day, like you play some and you play some and you play some, and it's been very difficult. And I know maybe for the public it's hard to understand that, but there's only so much practice time. You can't practice for 4.5 hours a day. There's only so many reps, and also it's going to be depending on waivers, maybe the way our offense goes is possibly changed. So we're a little bit in a holding pattern, honestly. I don't want to go down a direction and then, oh my gosh, well, look what just happened, and now we're going to switch it. So we're just kind of, I'm sure in a month and a half, our offense will look much different, because we'll know. Hopefully we'll know real soon. But it takes a while to really get where you want to, get as organized and comfortable and fluid as you want to get. It takes some time once you have one single plan. And so I do see that happening. I hope it happens. Tomorrow would be good. Tomorrow would be a good day for that to start happening.
Is there, when this happens, the fact that the NCAA can kind of put you guys in a holding pattern, is it, I can tell you look frustrated just even me asking about it, but what would you say to them about the way this is all being handled? If you can.
I want to give us every single chance possible in the world to give guys the opportunity to get the waivers they deserve. So I think the best thing for me is just to leave it at that until until maybe another time. And I don't mind you asking.
No.
I'll say that at all, because it's just, it's surreal. It is surreal to me. I'll say that. It's very surreal. But hopefully it won't be for much longer.
You mentioned the waivers, they're still pending, and then the injuries to Douglas and McBride, and then Vandemel picks up 2 fouls in the first minute tonight, and you sat him the rest of the first half. Was there any temptation to go back to him,
Yes.
if only to
Yes.
reduce the
In a word.
mileage on Jolly
In a
and
word,
White?
yes,
Okay.
yes. And that's where, that's one of a million things where it hurts you, like I said, Charles was a little questionable for today. He gave us good minutes, but he wasn't full tilt. So I knew that. We didn't know, we might have had 7 suiting up tonight, which, as you well know, we're used to, but it's not what you need in college basketball. You need more than that. And for instance, when you get in any foul trouble in the first half, well, what do? Do we just play with fouls and hope like crazy they don't foul out, and leave guys more minutes than you want them to play? I did feel like this, that sometimes playing in a zone is a little more restful. I don't mean you rest, but it's sometimes not quite as taxing. The game gets a little bit slower usually in a zone, so that probably helps you get out of foul trouble. Still don't want to do it, but yeah, I was tempted to put him back in, but thankfully, part of that's the score also, how the game flows going, and we managed to keep a lead the whole first half, and once we got the lead anyway. But yeah, so that's why I say we need to get full strength. We need to get our full squad, and I'm really excited for that day to come.
Anything else?
On a lighter note, obviously you being the head coach, you have to kind of stay even keeled, but what was it like seeing Ferran get that poster in game 2?
Well, he took off from about where I stand. It looked like, my gosh, usually you have to dribble from there, don't you? That was wow. That was, I want to see that on film. And we will definitely show that back and forth a few times. The guys like to see it. So in films, we're off tomorrow, but Thursday I know we'll be enjoying the heck out of that. That was one. That was one to remember, right? That was great.
So you took an extra step or two?
Oh no, he didn't travel. He didn't travel at all. He just took 1.5 long steps is all. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.